Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome to another episode of This Week in Customs. And I have 12 different customs this week. And I appreciate those of you who are just following and enjoying this series. And my Instagram account is getting closer to 3,000 followers, which is kind of crazy. Thank you for supporting this, and I enjoy customs. I love custom work, man. And we're going to take a look at some really good work this week. If you're interested in having me take a look at your work, some of this stuff gets lost in Instagram and I just don't see a lot of it. So why don't we do this? Let's start up a new hashtag. Hashtag This Week in Customs. And if you add that to your picture, I'll be able to look up that feed. It doesn't guarantee that I'm going to cover your custom in a future episode, but I'll at least be able to take a look at it and you may be featured in one of these videos. So let's start this week, and let's start it off with this pretty cool Spider-Man Noir. If you saw Into the Spider-Verse, this one's from Justin's Customs, and we're going to take a look at some of those accessories later. That coat is from GP Slot. But man, that looks sweet. A custom that really stood out to me, I love, is this considered a Minotaur? Is this a Minotaur? Because there's just something I like about Minotaurs.
Old Spice Double Impact. It's two things.
I'm not sure where he got that horse from, and people were asking, what horses could you use? I would love to do a custom like that. That piece just stands out and it looks good. I'd like to use one of those horses from the Lord of the Rings and make one. But alas, I have to just be patient because I have like 70 plus customs planned. Here's this Iron Man that was recently released, and the reason this stood out to me is like, look, man, with just a little bit of love, you can take that $20 figure and make it look like a premium figure. Look at that beautiful paint job. I dig it. Give it a try, guys. All right, on to the next custom. This is a new customizer, at least to me. I'm not familiar with his work, but this Robin custom stood out. I had to cut the music out just for, didn't recognize, was it like Nine Inch Nails music he was playing? I don't know what he was playing, but I didn't want to get a copyright strike. I like what he did here. He set it to music on Instagram. It was pretty good. What I would add in his case is it'd be nice to get some white lights going at that figure from the front so we can truly appreciate the entire custom. But other than that, man, fantastic job. All right, this next custom I like for several different reasons. First, it looks like a perfect searcher. Again, English is not my first language, folks. Forgive the pronunciation. But anyway, what I like is that first of all, he bought that Human Torch, which works perfectly for this character, for $5 at a swap meet. And then he's using that, it may be a Jesse Quintero sculpt, I can't really tell, or if he did his own, I can't see from what he wrote, but man, I like it. Great job, great use, and it's sometimes super simple to do, as easy as a body swap. All right, this Nightwing from Pimp Particles is amazing. Great job in the paints, great design, it looks beautiful. This is the type of figure that I want to have in my collection. I'm working on a Nightwing. It's gonna have a different look, but I'm definitely going with the black and the blue. I think that's my favorite costume that Nightwing has, and I hope that mine can get close to looking like that. Nice job, dude. All right, on to the next custom. Here is an original sculpted head. It's digitally sculpted, and then he printed it and painted it. He did a great job. I think they still may be available, but you got to contact him to figure that out. It looks great. Nice job. All right, moving on to VLS Customs Scarecrow. It looks good. I like the soft goods he used on him. Looks like he's using some Marvel Legend parts. Good kit bash. I don't know what's really underneath there. I'd be curious to know. All right, Mike Della Paz, you guys know who he is. This guy's a master painter. Look what he did with this Luke Cage. For crying out loud, look at that. That's like perfect. It really looks like a Hot Toys head. Mike did such a phenomenal job of just making this plastic head look like an actor. The sculpt is there, but the paint job is masterful, makes it look like the actor himself. Let's move on to this next custom. It's a work in progress. I'm not familiar with this character, but you can see it's gonna look unbelievable. Packrat does really good work. The sculpting's off the hook, and he hasn't even had to paint to this, guys. Whatever that is, it looks better than the Abomination figure that Hasbro put out. Okay, it is, whatever that is gonna look awesome. Am I getting a little carried away? Let me tone it down. Let me just tone it down a little bit. Okay, here's another example of a repaint, what somebody can do. The sculpt is there. That looks like the actress now. The after shot looks like the actress. The before, not so much. The before, you saw me put out a picture. It kind of looks like you know who. But look at that. That is a very nice job. I like seeing customs like that. And a repeat. 2, the custom, the character makes a repeat, and Christina makes it again in this video. She does phenomenal work. This is a beautiful, beautiful Lady Deathstrike. I think she says that this is an older one that she made, but it came out in this week, so I put it out. Good use of soft goods. I like how she did the claws there for Lady Deathstrike. I don't know whose head that is. Can you guys tell what head that is? I mean, it's a phenomenal job all the way around. Wow, amazing work. Maybe one day I'll get there. All right, guys. So those of you that have been watching the Into the Spider-Verse, if you haven't seen that movie, go see it. It's fantastic. Obviously, Spider-Man Noir's in it. Justin Customs is making these hats. He 3D printed these hats. Make sure, if you're interested in accessorizing your Spider-Man Noir, get yourself one of these hats. He charges $13 shipped. He did 3D print them. That coat is from GP Slot. It's currently out of stock, but I'm sure he'll be putting it back in stock if you're interested in adding a coat. Or you can go to somebody like Harker Customs, and he's got a Spider-Man Noir coat that looks a little bit different. It's got more details than this one. The craftsmanship is really nice. Go check out his Instagram page. All right, that brings us to an end of another episode of This Week in Customs. As a reminder, if you want me to look at your custom work, make sure that you hashtag with This Week in Customs. It doesn't guarantee a spot in the weekly episode, but it will give me an opportunity to at least have an option. All right, players, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.